Ever felt that sinking feeling? You're staring at another spreadsheet, another property listing, another market report, and meanwhile, the deals you know you should be making are getting snatched up by someone else? Like watching someone else grab the last slice of your favorite pizza. What if I told you the biggest risk in real estate investing isn't making a bad investment, but doing nothing because you're just plain stuck? Like a car spinning its wheels in mud? Stick around because I'm going to show you how to fix it. Hey everyone, welcome. If you're here, chances are you know exactly what I'm talking about. Analysis paralysis in real estate. You're practically drowning in data, second guessing every move and watching amazing opportunities just disappear like mist in the morning sun. I've seen it trip up so many investors, whether you're just starting out or have been in the game for years. But here's the good news. There's a mental shift, a clear way to get from all that overthinking to taking decisive, profitable action, like finding the right key to unlock treasure chests. In this video, we're going to break down what analysis paralysis really is in the real estate world, why it's so damaging, and most importantly, I'll walk you through the mindset changes and practical steps you can take to break free and finally start closing those deals you've been dreaming about. We're not just talking about theory here, we're aiming for a real change in how you approach your investment. So, what is analysis paralysis when we're talking real estate? It's that state of overthinking where there's so much information, so many variables, and such a fear of messing up that you're basically frozen. I've been there, trust me. You can't make a move. It's researching endlessly, going on YouTube, but never actually making an offer. Like a scholar who reads every book in every library but never writes their own. It's building spreadsheets so complicated they could probably launch a rocket, but you never pull the trigger on a property. It's when you keep tweaking your criteria, searching for that unicorn, perfect deal, that, let's be honest, probably doesn't exist, all while real solid opportunities slip right through your fingers. Now, this isn't about skipping your homework. It's about when being thorough turns into a full-blown roadblock. Like a meticulous chef who spends so long perfecting one garnish that the entire meal gets cold. You might tell yourself, I'm just doing my due diligence. Trust me, I've been there. I've told myself that the same thing. But there's a fine line, right? When does due diligence turn into delay? It's when you're more worried about avoiding every tiny risk than you are about hitting your investment goals. You become a professional data collector instead of a decisive investor. This is super common in real estate because the stakes are high. Market factors can be complex. Let's face it, these are big financial decisions that carry emotional weight. These are all things that I've battled. You're definitely not alone. If you felt this, one of the top reasons people who are otherwise ready to invest, they've got the cash, they're pre-approved for financing, still don't take action is one of the top reasons people who are otherwise ready to invest, they've got the cash, they're pre-approved for financing, still don't take action is because they get caught in the obsessive research loop, like a hamster on a wheel, running hard but going nowhere. They get stuck asking, what's the absolute best strategy? Or which market absolutely is perfect? Until they just do nothing. Alright, let's get real about why this is such a big deal. Analysis paralysis isn't just a little annoying. It's actively killing your real estate deals, and with them, your chance to build serious wealth. The most obvious casualty, missed opportunities. While you're lost in your 10th spreadsheet revision, another investor, maybe someone who didn't overanalyze quite as much but was ready to act, has already made an offer and sealed the deal. It's like showing up late to a concert and finding out all the best seats are taken. In markets that move fast, hesitating is incredibly expensive. That property you're still mulling over could jump in value while you're stuck thinking. Think about it. In a hot market, prices can climb significantly in just a year. If you were stuck analyzing during that time, you'd already be facing much higher prices. But it's just not about the deals that get away. What about the financial hit? Every month you put things off is another month you're not earning potential rent, not building equity, not seeing that appreciation. It's like having a leaky faucet where your potential profits are just dripping away. Being stuck for, say, 6 months could mean watching a great cap rate get squeezed by more competition. Over that hesitation, Over time, that hesitation could literally cost you a fortune in lost income. This inaction really can hit your wallet hard. And then there's the emotional side of things, the constant second guessing, the frustration of seeing others succeed while you're stuck on the sidelines, that nagging self-doubt. It's exhausting, like trying to run a marathon with a backpack full of rocks. It chips away at your confidence and can make you start to think you're just not cut out for real estate investing, which is almost never the actual truth. The stress and anxiety can be huge. Plus, real estate is one of those things where you learn by doing, by negotiating, by closing deals, even by making a few mistakes along the way. Analysis paralysis stops you from getting that hands-on experience. Not being able to learn from practice is a massive hidden cost, like trying to learn to swim by only reading books about it instead of getting in the water. You get caught in that nasty cycle where fear leads to inaction and inaction leads to more fear and regret. That's no way to build your financial future. Okay, we've laid out the problem and poked at the pain points. Now for the fix, the core idea, that simple mental shift we mentioned isn't some magic trick, but it is a powerful change in how you look at things. Like swapping a blurry pair of glasses for ones with perfect vision. It's about ditching that fear-driven perfectionism and adopting a mindset of action-oriented learning and growth. This shift really comes down to 3 key ideas. First off, you got to lean into a growth mindset. This idea, made famous by psychologist Carol Dweck, is a game changer. It's believing that your abilities, your smarts, your knack for investing, none of that is set in stone. You can develop all of it through dedicated hard work, and this is the big one, experience. Think of your abilities like a muscle. The more you use and challenge them, the stronger they get. Someone with a growth mindset doesn't see challenges as stop signs. They see them as chances to learn. They get that setbacks aren't failures. They're just bits of data to help you improve. In real estate, this is absolutely huge. Instead of thinking, I don't know enough to make a perfect decision, so I'll just wait, a growth-minded investor thinks, every deal I look at, every offer I make, even if it doesn't get accepted or a deal goes a bit sideways, teaches me something vital that will make me better for the next one. This way of thinking frees you from the trap of feeling like you need to know everything before you even start. Like feeling you need to understand the entire internet before sending an email. You give yourself permission to learn as you go. It means you stay open to new ways of doing things and see feedback not as personal attack, but as a gift. This is your secret weapon against the fear of not being an expert. This flows right from the growth mindset. One of the biggest things fueling analysis paralysis is that fear of making a mistake, the fear of failing. But what if you change how you define failure? Successful folks in real estate don't avoid every single mistake. That's just not possible. What they do is get really good at squeezing every last drop of learning out of each misstep. Think of it like this. Every no you hear, every deal that doesn't quite go as planned, every unexpected problem that pops up, that's your tuition for your real estate education. Consider your entry fee into School of Profitable Investing. The trick is to be systematic about it. If something doesn't work out, take notes on what happened. Figure out what went wrong. Identify how to do it better. And then actually use those lessons next time. Instead of beating yourself up over a loss or feeling embarrassed, you ask, okay, what did I learn here? How can I nail this better next time? Shifting from fear of failure to eagerness to learn really takes the teeth out of that paralysis. Like a vet safety removing the fangs from a scary animal. Even in an investment that doesn't hit a home run, as long as you do your basic homework, will teach you something valuable. And hey, you'll likely still have equity in the property. This might be the most critical tactical change of all. Chasing perfection is a classic cause of analysis paralysis in real estate. You're hunting for the perfect property in the perfect market at the perfect time with perfect numbers. But perfection is a myth, and waiting around for it is just a surefire way to do nothing. Like waiting for all the traffic lights to be green for your entire journey before you start driving. There's a saying in real estate, and it's spot on, that waiting for the perfect moment is one of the most expensive mistakes you can make. Procrastination doesn't just slow you down, it costs you real opportunities. The journey to learn is a whole lot shorter than a lifetime of regret. Taking imperfect action is almost always better than a perfect inaction. Every single action you take, no matter how small, gives you real-world feedback and data that no amount of spreadsheet wizardry can ever match. You learn by doing, making an offer, even if it gets turned down. It teaches you about negotiating, walking through a property, even if you decide not to buy. Sharpens your eye for detail. The goal isn't to make flawless decisions right out of the gate. It's to make informed decisions and then learn and get better each time. Prioritizing progress over perfection, seriously, the biggest risk isn't making a bad investment. It's not investing at all. Knowing about the mental shift is one thing. Actually doing it is another. So let's get down to the brass tacks. Here are some real actionable strategies you can use to turn these mindset changes into decisive moves. Your mindset is hugely shaped by your daily habits. Setting up a consistent morning routine can be a game changer for resetting your mind, cutting down on your anxiety, and building an abundance mindset. Much like a gardener prepares the soil before planting seeds. This isn't about being super rigid. It's about starting your day intentionally in a way that empowers you. Think about things like a bit of a light exercise to boost your confidence and shake off stress. Spend some time reading or listening to positive real estate content, podcasts, audiobooks, interviews with successful investors to surround yourself with that can-do energy. Even a few minutes of meditation or mindfulness can really help quiet that overthinking brain. Visualization is powerful too. Spend a few moments picturing successful outcomes, seeing yourself confidently making decisions and closing deals. These practices build a solid foundation of positive thinking that directly fights that urge to get bogged down in analysis. Now, I want to diss that over-analysis. We definitely don't want to be reckless. The key here is systematic approach to making decisions, not an endless one. You need to create a clear framework for making smart, calculated risks like a pilot using a pre-flight checklist. This means setting clear, predefined rules for what an acceptable investment looks like for you. What are your absolute non-negotiables? What's your target return? Your max buy price for a certain type of property? Your preferred neighborhoods? Get these written down. Then set a timeline. Once a property ticks, say 80% of your main boxes. Once a property checks, say 80% of your main boxes, how long will you give yourself for that final deep dive before you make a call? Commit to taking action when your criteria are met, even if a few doubts are still hanging around, because they always will be. This structured approach acts like a guardrails on a highway, helping you make confident decisions without getting swamped by a million different variables. And hey, break the process down into smaller ones, more manageable tasks. It always helps. Just like you wouldn't want to try to eat an entire pizza in one bite. That little voice in your head, it has a massive impact on what you do. If your internal chatter is constantly saying things like, what if I mess this up? Well, I'm not smart enough for this. You're pretty much programming yourself for paralysis. You need to actively work on your self-talk, becoming your own internal cheerleader instead of your hardest critic. Start by noticing those negative thought patterns that kick off the overthinking. When you catch yourself, imagine a worst-case scenario. Challenge those thoughts. Have you ever successfully handled a tricky situation before? What are you good at? Instead of, what if it fails? Try, what could I learn from this? Or, what's the most likely good outcome if I take this calculated step? Come up with specific affirmations that fight back against your usual fears. For instance, if you're scared of making a mistake, your affirmation could be, I make informed decisions and learn from every single experience. This isn't about fooling yourself. It's about creating a supportive and encouraging voice inside your own head. These days, real estate investors have access to some pretty powerful tools and systems. Whether it's a CRM to keep track of leads, software to analyze deals, or a super organized digital filing system for your research. These tools are there to make your life easier. Once you set up clear criteria for evaluating investments, you have systems for tracking market data, You've got to learn to trust them, like trusting a skilled co-pilot to handle their share of the flying. If your system is based on your predefined rules, say a deal looks like a good deal, you need to have the confidence to act on that information instead of endlessly second-guessing the system or feeling like you need just one more piece of validation. The whole point of having systems is to make decisions, making smoother and taking some of the mental load off you. So let them do their job. And hey, analysis paralysis isn't just for beginners. Experienced agents and investors who are trying to scale their business can hit this wall too. Though maybe in different ways, things get more complex. The stakes feel higher, and the fear of messing up what you've already built can lead to a whole new kind of inaction. When you're scaling up, the tech and processes that got you here might not be enough anymore. Like trying to use a bicycle to compete in a car race. Making sure your tech stack is performing well becomes really important. This could mean looking into more flexible, cloud-based systems for real-time data access, because quick access to information can give you a serious edge. Think about tech that's agile and can grow with your business, rather than clunky old software holding you back. Having reliable, real-time data from systems that are working well gives you a solid base for making decisions. It boosts your confidence in your information and cuts down on that urge to second guess when you're looking at a bigger, more complex investment. As you grow, you just can't be bogged down in every single tiny decision. Make it a habit to regularly track how well your systems and processes are working. And wherever it makes sense, use automation to scale certain tasks, like hiring a team of efficient robots to handle repetitive chores. This could be anything from automated property alerts based on your specific criteria to automated marketing messages or streamlined reportings. By systematizing how you approach growth and using automation, you lighten the mental load for yourself and your team. This brings consistency to how you evaluate things and frees you up to make those bigger strategic decisions instead of getting stuck in the weeds, which is exactly what can trigger paralysis when you're trying to manage a larger portfolio or team. Now, this one might sound a bit strange when we're talking about scaling and profits, but adopting a mindset of giving value without always expecting something back immediately can be incredibly powerful for overcoming that advanced level analysis paralysis. At the end of the day, the real estate market rewards value, not just effort, but like a garden rewards consistent care with a bountiful harvest. When you're truly focused on providing genuine value to your clients, partners, or your network, whether that's by sharing your knowledge, offering amazing service, or making connections, you build up so much goodwill and a rock-solid reputation. This focus on contributing can actually lower the internal pressure that comes with making purely transactional decisions, which is often what fuels overthinking. It might seem like a paradox, but this approach often leads to much greater long-term success and more deal flows because people are naturally drawn to those who genuinely want to help. No investor is an island, right? The environment you're in and the people you surround yourself with play a massive role in your ability to beat analysis paralysis. You know that saying, you're the average of 5 people you spend the most time with? It's totally true in investing. If your inner circle is full of people who are overly cautious, negative, or always hesitating, their mindset is definitely going to rub off on you, like a contagious yawn or a contagious spark. Make a conscious choice to hang out with action-oriented real estate pros. Seek out positive thinkers who encourage smart, decisive moves backed by good reasoning, of course. Find mentors who successfully navigate the kind of challenges you're facing, who've beaten their own battles with analysis paralysis. An accountability partner, someone who gets your goals and can give you a gentle nudge when you're overthinking, can also be a game changer. This kind of positive circle gives you encouragement, fresh perspectives, and a sounding board when you feel like that paralysis is starting to creep in. Just like you want to bring in positive influences, it's also smart to actively limit the negative ones. This includes being really mindful of your information diet. What you consume mentally, constantly soaking up fear-mongering market news or over-the-top predictions of doom and gloom can totally trigger anxiety and feed that analysis paralysis. If you have peers who are always pessimistic and just reinforce your hesitation, you might need to create a little distance. Fight back against that crippling self-doubt by keeping a log of your past wins and what you learn. Surround yourself with uplifting stuff, books, podcasts, success stories that inspire action and reinforce a proactive mindset. Creating this mental space free from all the extra negativity is really important. Making confident decisions like cleaning out a cluttered room to make space for clear thinking. So let's put it all together. Analysis paralysis in real estate is the enemy of progress. It costs you deals, money, and your peace of mind. The fix is all about a fundamental mental shift, embracing a growth mindset where every action is a chance to learn, reframing failure as an incredible value, education, your real estate school fees, and choosing decisive action over chasing some impossible idea of perfection. And you can power up this shift with practical strategies like building success routines, using systematic decision making, your investment checklist, practicing positive self-talk, and trusting the systems you put in place. Look, information is only powerful if you actually use it. So here's your challenge. Pinpoint one area where analysis paralysis is holding you back right now. Is it finally making the first offer? Is it picking a market to focus on? Is it hiring that assistant so you can scale up? I want you to apply just one of the mindset shifts or practical strategies we talked about today to that specific situation. Just one. I really want to hear about it. Drop a comment below and tell me the biggest takeaway you got from this video and one action step you're committed to taking this week. If you found this video valuable, do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe for more practical real estate investing advice, and please share this with someone you know who's stuck in that analysis quicksand. Change your mindset doesn't happen overnight. It takes consistent, intentional practice. But by really embracing these principles, you absolutely can break free from analysis paralysis. Remember, the most successful real estate investors aren't always the ones who analyze things flawlessly. They're the ones who consistently take informed, decisive action. It's time to move from overthinking to achieving, from paralysis to progress. Your next profitable deal is out there waiting for you to unlock it. Go out there and make it happen.